In this video, we are going to be looking at simultaneous equation. Now, we have a simultaneous equation when we have two equations with two or more variables. Now, as always, the best way to explain this is to solve an example. All right, we are told to find the unknown, and we're given two equations, x plus y equals 3, 3x plus y equals 5. Now, the first thing I need you to note before I solve this equation is that there are various methods of solving simultaneous equation. In this video, we are going to be looking at substitution method. So we are going to be looking at substitution method. Now, in subsequent videos, we are going to be considering other methods. So let's solve this question. Now, step 1 is to name the equation. So I have equation 1, I have equation 2. Now, the next thing I would like to do to make this very easy for every one of us is to try to write the steps you need to take to be able to solve any simultaneous equation. Here we have it. So I have step 1, pick one of the equations. Step 2, make one of the variables the subject of formula. Step 3, substitute for that variable in the second equation. Step 4, solve for the second variable. Step 5, solve for the first variable. Now let's put this into practice. Now let's do this. So I have solution. Now step 1, pick one of the equations. So I pick equation 1. So I write from equation 1. And what is equation 1? X plus y equals 3. Now the next step, make one of the variables the subject of the formula. To make a variable the subject of the formula, you want that variable to stand on its own on one side of the equation. So I want to make x the subject of the formula. So y has to leave this side of the equation. So I'm having x equals 3. When plus y move through to the other side of the equation, it becomes minus y. Now let's go to step 3. Substitute for that variable in the second equation. Now look at what I'll do. Put x equals to 3 minus y in equation 2. Can you see? I'm substituting for x in the second equation. So I have 3x plus y equals to 5. So that's what I forward write that second equation. So now to substitute for x into this equation, what it means is that anywhere you see x, you call it 3 minus y. Now look carefully. So I have 3. Now I'm seeing x, so I put in brackets 3 minus y. Close the bracket. Then I have plus y equals to 5. I hope you understand that. Anywhere you see x, you call it 3 minus y. Now let's do this. Open this bracket. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times minus y. Remember, you have an invisible plus here. So plus times minus is minus. 3 times y is 3y. Then I have plus y equals to 5. So now I have 9 minus 3y plus y is minus 2y equals 5. Now I have to collect like terms. So let me do that here. Collect like terms. So I'll be having 9 will come and meet 5 because they are both numbers. Minus 2y equals 5. Now the sign of 9 here is plus. When it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes minus 9. So I have minus 2y equals to 5 minus 9 is minus 4. So I divide both sides by minus 2 to get y, because minus 2 is the coefficient of y. So I have minus 2y over minus 2 equals to minus 4 over minus 2. So I'm left with minus cancels minus, 2 cancels 2, y equals to minus cancels minus, 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So y equals to 2. So can you see, I've done step 4. I've solved for the second variable, which is y. So I need to solve for the first variable, which is x. And to do that, I put y equals to 2 in any of the equations, whether equation 1 or equation 2. Now let's do that. So now I say put y equals to 2 in equation, I can say 1. You can put it in any. So now let's do that. Remember, I would always write the equation first. X plus y equals to 3. So anywhere I see y, I call it 2. So I'm having x plus 2 equals to 3. Then collect like terms. X equals to 3. What's the sign of 2 here? Plus. When it crosses the equals to sign, it becomes minus. So x equals to 3 minus 2 is what? 1. Which implies that x equals to 1, y equals to 2. This is my final answer. I hope you understand it. Let's take one more example so that I can seal that understanding. Now remember, the first thing to do is to name the equations. Equation 2. Now let's solve this following the steps. Pick one of the equations. In this case also, I will pick equation 1. In subsequent videos, I'll tell you the reason why I'm picking equation 1 above equation 2. Now let's do this. So I'm picking equation 1. So I write from equation 1, x minus y equals 7. Make one of the variables the subject of formula. Now I want to make x the subject of formula. Remember, you take y to the other side. So I have x equals 7. When minus y crosses the equal to sign, it becomes plus y. Step 3, substitute for that variable in the second equation. So I say put x equals to 7 plus y in equation 2, because equation 2 is the second equation. Now remember, I said after writing this, you have to first and foremost write the equation. So I have 4x plus 3y equals 7. Now when they say put x equals to 7 plus y in equation 2, it means anywhere you see x, you are supposed to call it 7 plus y. So I have 4. I can see x here, so I put 7 plus y, then plus 3y equals to 7. Now I'm in step 4, solve for the second variable. Now let's solve for y. Open this bracket. 4 times 7 will give me what? 28. 4 times y will give me plus 4y. Then I have plus 3y equals 7. Now I'm having 28 plus 4y plus 3y will give me 7y equals 7. Now I collect like terms. So let me do that here. Collect like terms. So 28 goes to meet 7 because both of them are numbers. So I'm left with 7y equals to 7 minus 28. 7y equals to 7 minus 28 will give me minus 21. So what do I do to find y? I have to divide both sides by 7. So I say 7y over 7 equals to minus 21 over 7, which means that y, because 7 year 1, 7 year 1, equals to 7 year 1, 7 year 3. So y equals to minus 3. Now, to solve for x, which is the first variable, I substitute y equals to minus 3 either in equation 1 or equation 2. Now, let's do that. So I write put y equals to minus 3 in equation. I can either choose 1 or 2, but 1 is simpler, so I put 1. So remember, I said the first thing you do is to write that equation. So x minus y equals 7. Then anywhere I see y, I call it minus 3. So I write, now be careful, x minus, now I'm having y, so I put minus 3. Because you can't have two signs together, you have to put a bracket. Then equals 7. Now let's open this bracket. Remember, bracket means times. So I have x minus times minus will give me plus 3 equals to 7. Collect like terms. X equals to 7. When plus 3 crosses the equal to sign, it becomes minus 3. X equals 4. So I'm left with x equals to 4, y equals minus 3. Now remember, make sure you go through the step from 1 to 2 to 3, and make sure you look at this again and again so that you get it perfectly.